Hello everybody, this is Kill Me Horde. Welcome back to Shadows over Loathing. I forgot to do the haunted option. It's Gus, the guy you met in the rain when you arrived at Plunkett Street. Hey Gus. Hello there, Ernest, I believe it was. That's right. Always a pleasure to have another run-in with a friendly acquaintance. It's nice that the rain cleared up. It is nice. I do enjoy the rain, but I also enjoy dry clothing. So you're the kind of guy that's comfortable in any sort of weather, eh? Yes, I do my best. Can't stop a rain cloud by crying, after all. And in fact, when you get right down to it, pretty much anything that happens to a person can be considered weather of a sort. It's real philosophical. Old Gus says, if you can find the pleasure in any circumstance, then you'll never be a sufferer of misfortune. Gosh. Hi there. Oh, hello. You must be new here. I don't think I've seen you around before. Yeah, my name's Ernest. Pleased to meet you. I'm Letters McCabe. Is there anything I can assist you with? I call you Letters. I'm an expert in microcryptography, aka hobo code. Are you familiar with it? Nope. What's that? System of pictographic elements that can be written unobtrusively on walls or carved into fence posts, etc. Traditionally used by hobos to leave messages for other hobos. To mark a house where the occupants are charitable, for instance. Or to warn of a vicious guard dog. That sort of thing. I'm working on expanding the system for more general communication purposes. It's pretty interesting. What's that book you're reading? This is a hobo code manual. I can teach you the basics if you'd like. Sure. If you'd like to know more, just ask any hobos you meet. They're honor bound to assist new learners. That's the Hobo Code. It's all the stuff in here. What's this for? Old naval radio encryptionograph from the Cola Wars, trying to modify it to work with hobo code. What's in this old shoebox? Old shoes, you're welcome to. Try to pick up the box, but can barely lift it. Jeez, what kind of shoes are these? Hand-me-down boots. They've been passed from hobo to hobo for generations. Probably about 50 pounds of metal reinforcements on them now. Ham radio. Listening to stuff about ham. Hey, Letters, what's this contraption? That's just a radio. Alright. Books are for codes and ciphers. Beaufort, treaties on several variations of columnar transposition, the classic Mormon jigsaw, German mix-up code, and so on. It's all Greek to me. Experimental hobo code. All the notes on hobo code. The teletype machine. We got some heavy duty equipment. I got a lot of hobos here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back this way so they can teach me a little bit of hobo code. He knows the word washboard. Hey, Obi. You know anything about hobo code? He knows a glyph or two. How are you? Give me some hobo code. Arpeggio. Crescendo, trescendo. Let's see about some hobo code. Student of letters and of letters. I'll be glad to help you. You scratch some glyphs into the dirt with a stick. Hobo lady they haven't met yet. Oh, there. Well, hello there, dearie. I don't believe we've been introduced. I'm Veronica. Hi, I'm Ernest. Can I offer you a cup of tea? It's homegrown, so to speak. Found tea leaves around here? Just about any leaves can be tea leaves with the right attitude. I'm fine, thank you, though. Like your hat. Why, thank you. I grew it myself. The flowers? The whole thing. I'm trying to grow some socks as well, but they're much trickier. There's some hobo code. Hell yeah. I'm gonna know so much hobo. Hello there, you must be the Hobo King. The crown gave it away, I presume. Yep. Well, you're absolutely correct. I am the Hobo King. Though to foster a more familial air, I permit my subjects to call me Johnny. Nice to meet you, Johnny. I'm Ernest. What can I do for you, Ernest? I got a question. Where are you from? Hoboken? Of course you are. Letter said you're working on some kind of secret plan. Oh, did he? Wouldn't say what it was, though. Certainly not. That information is mine alone to divulge. So, will you divulge? You're practically a stranger here. I apologize, but I cannot jeopardize operational security. Shucks. Oh, can you teach me some hobo code then? Ah, yes. According to the Hobo Code, I am, of course, obliged to assist. But first, let me test you. Convince me of your worthiness, and I will grant you a boon. Bamboozle him. You know, to be honest, it doesn't matter. I already know all the hobo code. In fact, I should really be testing you. Oh, really? Okay, hotshot, go ahead. What's the symbol for a public bathroom? Oh, that's a simple one. It's a... Hey, you won't scam me that easy. You're trying to get me to tell you it's a rectangle with a crescent moon in it so you can pretend you knew all along. Well, shucks, you got me. I guess you better ask me instead. Ha! So what is the symbol for a public bathroom, then? I think it's a rectangle with a crescent moon in it. Huh. Well, you got it right, so I guess you earned a boot. Great. Takes out a small notebook, writes a glyph on it, and hands you the page. What's this? That is the hobo code symbol for boon. One of my favorite jokes. I wish I got to use it more often. Thanks, man. Hey, don't touch that telephone. Royal use only. This phone isn't actually connected to anything. Don't let it hear you say that. What the fuck is happening, man? Let's see what Obi does. Hear the ringing of cathedral bells and turn to see their source. Unsurprisingly, it's a cathedral. Unless you're naturally surprised by cathedrals. They're so big and pointy and could be hiding around any corner. Ah, let's go there. Fuck it. Hobo code. Code says meat stash, 4th tree to the left of church, back row. Interesting. It's a wallet. Thanks kindly, old hobo. I'm a level 7 hobo student. 78 meat left in there. Oh, sorry, that's Obi. What's this? Yikes, you got an item. Unpleasant hymnal. I'm fishing out of your holy water. Thank you. What you get me? Handful of holy water. It's a Vicar who seems agitated about something. Hello there. Oh, no, no. What am I going to do? I was going to ask if everything was okay, but plainly not. Well, I'm sorry I didn't see you there. Our services are canceled for the moment. What's the matter? One of the urns has been stolen from our catacombs. Stolen? This tiny cathedral has a catacombs? Well, it sounds nicer than basement. Are they particularly important ashes? A saint or someone? Oh my goodness, we want to keep the relics of a saint in a little cathedral like this. Our urns are just the ashes of former vicars and community leaders and so on. But they're all important in their own way, and the bishop is due to arrive for an inspection soon. Funny how bishops always seem to be just about to arrive for an inspection somewhere. What? I'll look into it for you. Please don't disturb the altar. Go suck a fart. Spare urns. They've got the old urn. Nothing on a very old manhole cover. A guest book. Donk Hufferby visiting from Saskatoon. Charles Wallace. And Captain Augustus Sturch. I should put my name on there as well. I used my match to light the candle because I felt like it. Let's go to Dirch's house. Valdirous man flags you down. Excuse me there, my good chap. Might you have a match on your person? I'm afraid not. Well, that just won't do. What if you should have a cause to set something alight in the future? Here, take one of mine. The man tips his hat to you and scurries off before you can thank him. This rock is steaming. You're okay, man. Phlogistic of resin. There's a date on it. What was it? Congratulations, you won a sweepstakes. Fat chance, never won nothing, didn't it? Hello? Didn't enter no sweepstakes, no how. Scram. Some of these fine leather jackets. Don't want any. Buzz off. From the Municipal Census Bureau. There's nobody here but me and these 4 urns. Urns? 5 urns. Go away. Oh, the milkman got your milk. I ain't drink that fat water. Get lost. Hi, hello. Hi, what's up? You're trenching on the territory of the Glocklins Inn. 2 gobs wearing short suspenders and carried. You know those things like marching band things? They're like an upright harp, except instead of strings, they have metal xylophone bars. Those things. I don't know what a Glocklin is. We are Glocklins, we both. We are the toughest all street gangs in Ocean City. What do you think about that? Sure, I guess you do look pretty tough. That's true. We do it. Your xylophone's pretty cool, too. What? Xylophones? These are glockenspiels that we have. Oh, Glocklins. I get it now. I'm so outraged over you. I think we shall a mugging do. I'm a bamboozling. Mugging, eh? Alright, give me your wallet. What? I thought it would be vice versa. You give us your wallet. My wallet? Why would I give you my wallet when you're the ones who were insulted? That makes a lot of sense. Very good. Here is my wallet. Gain 5 meat. And I have ein Glockenbrot. Thanks. Fine mugging all around. Hands in the air, bucko. You're on 10 Lizzie turf, and this is a stick-up. You turn to see a woman in oil-stained coveralls pointing a gun-like tool in your direction. What the... Is that a caulking gun? Stick-up isn't usually such a literal phrase. Actually, it's a grease gun, so I guess it's more like a slick-up. Haha. Gross. Everybody's a critic. Give me your wallet. Yoink. Pull out your wallet and nervously fumble it, dropping it at the woman's feet. When she growls and reaches for it, you swiftly grab her wrist and twist the grease gun out of her hand. Hey. Looks like the grease is on the other, lug nut. Honestly, I don't know anything about cars. You're gonna regret messing with the 10 Lizzies. I'm gonna regret touching this filthy grease gun more. Go on, scram. Nice and smooth. I'm gonna track it down, but I need a bunch of meat to get to it. Well, is it stuck in a gumball machine? I tracked the owner to a refrigerator warehouse, but I need to bribe some mob goons to get it. Oh, sorry, kiddo. I already gave you all the walking around money we could spare. Maybe we could find some odd jobs somewhere. Gross. Any suggestions? Well, a lot of city services are having trouble because of new hiring rules. Maybe you could score some cash under the table at Goldthwaite Park. Great. Which table? I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Saw your name in the visitors book at St. Polycarp's. I'm sure I do a little whittling and pass time now and again. Sometimes I go to St. Polycarp's to look at their gargoyles. Here, have one. How neat. Thanks. Did you lose something, Charles? Yeah, I seem to have misplaced the chuck key to my drill. What's a chuck key, Charles? A little twisty thing for tightening the chuck on a drill. Can't have gotten too far. The core of this thing got stuck in the outlet. It's not long enough for me to drill anything that isn't in this neighborhood. I'll look for it around here. An elderly man with thick eyeglasses shuffles up to you with a determined expression. Before you can react, he shoves some meat in your mouth and shouts in your ear, Operator! Operator, get my worthless son on the line. Mister, I'm not a payphone. That's what the last payphone said, and I'm not buying it. Let me talk to my first Slugginer's son. Bzz, bzz, bzz. I'm sorry, sir. The line's busy. Please try again later. Probably gabbling with one of his floozy girlfriends. I found his chuck key. Yeah, that's what I wanted. I found your chuck key, man. That's it. Thank you. Where'd you find it? Under a bush. Oh, yeah, probably that bush I was drilling holes in the other day. Now, what can I do for you? Charles. You open the can of sardines. Calliope immediately wakes up, devours the entire can, and then purrs as she licks the remaining oil from your fingers. Looks like you've made a friend. New cat unlocked. You can now pet Calliope to receive a boon. So, hold on. Charles just can't resist the antique bookshelf man and his amazing deals. Wow, I can't believe I slept through the antique bookshelf man. All the books are in Latin, never learned Latin myself, so who knows if it's the history of the Roman Empire we got there or pornography. Could be both. You know any Latin, Ernest? We. We. It's Latin for little, right? So you know a little Latin. Select a random book from the Latin language collection. Lorem ipsum dolor sit emet. Appears to be about graphic design in the Holy Roman Empire. Hard to imagine that knowledge becoming relevant to your quest, but hey, now you know where to find it. But what's this? You got an item, history's worst honking. How'd that slip in there? Better take it. Clearly too modern to have any resale value in an antique store anyway. So that gave me a skill. Wonder how loud it is. I have 15 XP. That's not enough for any skills. Let's not have those on. Fuck. Wait, there was a date I needed to check, right? The cover story for that date is the sinking of the Porquad, a whaling vessel that operated off the coast of Ocean City. The story says that the wreck had only one survivor, Captain Augustus Sturch. Despite his best efforts to go down with the ship, he was rescued and transported to shore by a friendly otter. This morning, a new sculpture was revealed in Goldthwaite Park, donated by Ocean City Comptroller Margaret Smudged. The sculpture, which consists of 5 jagged pointed rocks arranged in a rough circle on a small concrete plinth, have been variously described as avant-garde, thrillingly pointy, and fine, I guess. Are you writing this down? Hi, Mom. By interested onlookers. Can I get into one of these again? No, I have to have higher stats. Well, we can go to the mailbox. Nothing wrong with the mailbox. Is busking legal here? Okay, don't be such a square anyway. We'll be long out here before anyone makes a fuss. Got 13 meat out of that. Who's there? Ernest? Ernest who? Howard? Damn. Rodfon's visit. Vilma. Sword. Guy reaches down from his purse to shake your hand. Hi, I'm Marvin. Hi, Marvin. I'm Ernest. What are you doing up there? Stunt. Stunt? It doesn't seem particularly stunty. You're just sitting there. Yeah, but I've been sitting here for... Looks at watch. 7 months, 15 days, 9 hours, and 41 minutes. Why? Why? It's a stunt. Okay, but are you protesting something or trying to attract attention to some kind of cause? Nope. You have money riding on this? Is it for a bet or a contest? Nope. I feel like you don't really get the concept of a stunt. Guess not. Say, would you mind helping me out with something? What's up? I've mainly been eating snackle cakes while I've been up here, and I'm out. Could you go grab some more for me? Snackle cakes? Ugh, are you serious? I'll admit they're an acquired taste. I guess nobody other than you wanted to acquire the taste of powdered milk mixed with sawdust with the nails still in it because Snackle Mills went out of business years ago. Yeah, the shelf life on those things is incredible. It's what makes them so good for stunt rations. I got my supply from Hiram's grocery store down the street. Could you go pick me up some more? Fine. Then nervous-looking man in a suit stops you. Excuse me, sir. Do you fear for your safety in this dangerous city full of hoodlums and criminals? I carry 3 spare changes of underwear, and I've already used one today. Friend, I think I have a much more convenient solution to your problems. Oh, I see. Okay, what are you selling? He holds up a small case and opens it, displaying a selection of the tiniest pistols you've ever seen. Derringers. With one of these up your sleeve, in your sock, or wherever you can think to hide it, personal self-defense is right at your fingertips. Huh. Are concealed pistols legal in this state? What? Probably. Sure. How much? I'll buy it. It's 30 meat. Certainly don't regret being able to make my rent payment to Miss Brewster. Who's Miss Brewster? She runs a boarding house for traveling salesmen. Gets real scary when the rent's late. Maybe I'll check out Miss Brewster's. Oh, there's a single shoe. What does this do to me? What is this? Hi there. Hey, roller. I'm Ernest. Samuel? For Hiram's Groceries, that's it. When? Have you been standing here that whole time? What are you doing here? Waiting for what? Waiting for work? Yeah. I don't think you're gonna find any work here, considering that the store's pretty thoroughly closed. I don't think you're gonna find anything. Doesn't look to me like another store's gonna open here anytime soon. Maybe you could take a cab to a different store or something. Oh. Rusty tongs. The shelf is so empty it doesn't even have a shelf. Mysticality +2 hot damage. That's pretty decent. Lip balm, sleeves armor. An empty shelf unless... No, it's empty. Unless... No, it's definitely empty. But wait! Listen, it's empty, I promise. Fine. Oh, wait, what's this? What? Haha, just kidding, there's nothing. You dick. Register's empty, unless you know someone who accepts mouse droppings as currency. Look behind the counter. Find an old invoice for a shipment from the Snackle Mills factory, which is marked as never having arrived. The factory's address is listed. I've got so many side quests going on right now, I don't even know what's going on. Long before you actually turn the corner, you hear two Glocklins playing their high-pitched plinkety glockenspiels extremely loudly. By the time you actually get up to them, well, you're not totally deaf, but you wish you were. Jeez, you two, can you tone it down a bit? Ha! Tone it down, say you? What about if we it uptone? They start playing even louder. It's like if someone loaded a Tommy gun with pixie dust and shot you through the ears. Alright, I'm going to teach them how to play music. Look, friends, you're going about this all wrong. Don't you know anything about modern music? What's important is the notes that you don't play. What? What mean you, the notes play V not? I can see you have a lot to learn. You better start by practicing not playing any notes at all. And once you get good at that, you can focus on learning which specific notes not to play. I see that this modern music a tricky business is. Goblins stare at their glockenspiels carefully, not playing them. As you leave, you hear one accidental plink, followed by urgent shushings and apologies. Nice lady, but she only likes salesmen. They're called tulips, but in this case there are 3 of them. Oh, look at that. The rocks in the planter have accumulated quite a bit of grease. Must be because of their proximity to Salesman. So you enter the boarding house, you discover some kind of hullabaloo, or perhaps a kerfuffle. A stern-looking middle-aged lady is surrounded by 6 agitated men, all talking over each other. Gentlemen, I insist you settle down at once. We won't get to the bottom of this with all you acting like panicked school children. Miss Brewster, you've got to call the cops. Ha! What this town calls police, I wouldn't trust to solve a jigsaw puzzle, let alone a serious crime. I won't have those hooligans turning my house upside down. There's been a murder. Someone has to do something. What you can all do is go to your rooms and let me think. Good gracious. Excuse me? Oh, sorry, I don't have any vacancies. Or, well, I suppose I do, but I can't let you have the room until this whole mess has been sorted out. One of those men said something about a murder? Yes, it's absolutely ghastly. One of my lodgers was murdered in the night, and nobody heard or saw anything. I'm practically at my wit's end. Maybe I can help? My name's Ernest Howard. I'm kind of an independent investigator sort of thing. Oh, like the Belgian fellow in the mystery novels? What? Sure. Well, that's marvelous. If you could solve this mystery, I can pay you quite reasonably. Deal. What can you tell me about the victims? He was a traveling salesman. All my lodgers are traveling salesmen. What did he sell? Oh, they come and go so frequently. I'm afraid I haven't the foggiest idea. Well, how did he die? I'm not sure. The body's missing. Look, you better just go and have a look for yourself. He was in 3C. Lock the door so that no one will mess around in there. Oh, that's the outside. Do not use phone. She keeps this place spick and span. Only Miss Brewster's allowed in the kitchen. You should probably go check out that before you talk to the lodgers. I know it's in 3C. Did I get high heeled? Did I get high heels? Is that what that is? Yep, sure makes my steps higher. You step into room 3C and discover, holy crap! A massive pool of blood on the floor. And like Miss Brewster said, there's no body in sight. I can't take myself seriously. Let's fish in the wash basin. Handful of clean water. Wardrobe's locked. Oh, jeez, is there even this much blood inside a person? Look, I can't even fish it. Ah, nothing. Must be shallower than it looks. Door rug looks pretty ordinary. Check underneath it. Roll up the rug and... Whoa, what the heck? There's a crazy occult diagram underneath it. The lines and glyphs appears to have been burned onto the floor. See little blobs of melted candle wax at the points of the dodecagram. It even smells faintly of weird incense. Was this some kind of ritual killing? Great, like a regular old murder wasn't enough. Door was locked, so the killer must have come from inside the house. Well, Miss Brewster, I've had a look in room 3C. Did you find anything? I found a huge pool of blood. It was really gross. Did you find anything else? Yes, actually, an occult ritual circle. What? Oh my goodness. You think it was some kind of black magic sacrifice? I'm afraid it looks that way. Yes, ma'am. Well, I've always felt a lodger's religion was no business of mine, but I won't stand for this one bit. Are there any of your lodgers involved with the occult, do you know? I do recall that one of them specializes in selling occult supplies and paraphernalia, but I'm afraid I don't remember which one. Just have to ask around. Nervous looking salesman. I'm warning you, I'm armed. Oh, I know you. I think we met before. You sell derringers, right? Yes, that's right. You should buy one. There's a murderer on the loose. Actually, I'm investigating the murder. Oh, thank God somebody is. What do you know about the other salesman here? I know that there's a guy who sells occult stuff. I give him a wide berth, though. All I know about him is that he doesn't live in the room below the sunglasses salesman. Neither of them are the victim, by the way. Investigating the murder. Ah, yeah, real grisly business. Do you know the other salesman that lives here? Not really, just the guy who sells those little derringer pistols. He was complaining about the guy who lives right above him. That's the Trinkets and Baubles guy, because he keeps making a racket dropping stuff on the floor at night. Probably doesn't help you much, though. Who's there? I'm not opening this door with the killer on the loose. I'm investigating the murder. Do you have any information that would help? There's a salesman here who specializes in cult stuff. That seems pretty suspicious to me. Which room is he? I'm not sure, but it isn't the one above me. He doesn't live at the same end of the hall as the victim either. I gotta know about the baubles. Hello? Hi, I'm investigating the murder. How well do you know the other salesman here? I don't know any of these guys, although I think there's a guy who sells brushes who's neighbors with a guy who sells pants. Salesman, oh, hey, there's something I can help you with? I'm investigating the murder. Oh, no kidding? Yeah, I was hoping you could give me some information about the people who live here. I don't really know any of these guys. There's a fellow that sells jokes and gags somewhere on this floor, I think. There's a guy that sells pants, but all I can tell you about him is that he isn't the guy right below me. I pretty much keep to myself. All I know about the other salesman is that the one who sells jokes and gags isn't the one who lives next to the other... Next to the one who lives above the one who sells brushes. What? Excuse me, Burst Booster. Who lives at 2C? They didn't answer and the door's locked. Oh, that's because 2C is my room. Oh, well, can I have a look inside? Certainly not. That's private, and you can't possibly imagine I would kill one of my own lodgers. That would be terrible for business. Fucking hell, man, I'm lost. I think it's probably 3B, the guy who just didn't say anything specific. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know who it is. It's the guy in 3B. Yeah. I say this whole murder business is simply dreadful, but it's the most interesting thing to happen here in years. So head up to 3C, and after a few minutes, Miss Brewster will meet you there with the salesman in tow. Alright, well, I suppose you're all wondering why I've called you here today. I assumed it was so you could tell us who did the murder? Yeah, that was my guess, too. Yeah, right. Guy who did the murder is the most likely guy who did it was a guy in 3B. You see by this weird circle on the floor, Kelly probably had an occult significance. Therefore, the most likely candidate is the occult goods salesman who is in... Guy at 3B. What? No, I mean, yes, I do sell occult supplies, but that isn't even one of my circles. Are you actually accusing me of murder? I think you're the only likely guy. That's crazy. You're crazy. Tell it to the cops, but suddenly the wardrobe flies open and a salesman jumps out. Ha ha! Fooled you all pretty good. What the... Who the heck are you? I'm the victim. I sell jokes and gags and stuff. How do you like my new giant fake rubber pool of blood? Isn't it a scream? Oh my god. Let me give you something for being such a good sport, kid. Wear it in good health. Foot's ring. The occultist gentleman was quite offended by your accusation, but I believe he'll get over it. Here's your pay, young man. Thanks. Glad to be of help. I'd say I'll call if I ever need your services again, but I think one exciting thing happening here every few years is quite sufficient. If it happens again, I'm just going to throw everyone out. Good idea, man. Alright, everybody. That's all the time I got for this episode today. So I shall see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!